Hi, I'm Craig Howells, Sales and Operations Director here at Let's Talk Talent. Now, in my role, I speak to HR leaders on their challenges and opportunities to grow and develop their people, which puts me in a really fortunate position to have some great insights on the potential future trends that HR teams will be facing in 2023. Now, like all of our insight videos at Let's Talk Talent, I'll be focusing on three core lenses, which is getting, growing, and keeping great people. Now, before we look at what I believe the future trends are, let's talk about the landscape in 2022. Now, looking back at the years running into 2022, they have been far from clear sailing. And this year was yet another turbulent year. So, this year, we've had challenges such as the Great Resignation, which we believe to be accentuated following the change in many ways of working and personal value shifts following COVID-19. Quiet quitting, the newly coined term for when workers only do the job they're paid to do without taking on any extra duties. The war in Ukraine, which has caused both personal and professional stress to many global organizations. The cost of living and energy crises, which has had an impact on us all and looks like it's going to continue long into 2023. The political uncertainty from the change in government leadership during the summer, which in turn has made an impact on the economic uncertainty, and now the potential recession on the horizon. And finally, the global supply chain security crisis, which includes COVID related backlogs, the impact of Brexit, as well as labour shortages. So, what's that meant for businesses in the UK? And where have the HR teams focused their attention? Careers has been number one priority this year and is linked to retaining talent. 2022 has been the year that we've seen our HR community invest heavily into enabling career development and flipping the responsibility from company led to employee led careers. Talent management has been hot on the people agenda this year. The conversations we've been having are to ensure that there is a reliable and robust process in place to ensure a fair and transparent way to identify talent across an organization. Although not driven by ED&I, there's been a clear need for fairness and equality of opportunity for all across the talent management process. Leadership and management effectiveness is a clear, consistent theme on many agendas in 2022, and it has been for many years. However, we believe there's a slight spin this year. As a result of the pandemic, the job market became a candidate driven one, with it becoming harder to source, attract, and place great talent, which has meant some corners have needed to be cut, and individuals who weren't necessarily ready for management and leadership positions found themselves in those positions. In 2022, we saw the fallout of this, which resulted in the need for some real pragmatic and often foundational development of management and leadership. Team dynamics and culture. Now, I mentioned earlier that many organizations were establishing their new ways of working, whether that be virtual, hybrid, or back in the office. Bringing people back together again has resulted in the need for organizations to support their teams and organizational culture. Don't forget, these teams have been apart for a long time, adding in new personalities into the mix, which is always going to cause some more challenges. Overall, in 2022, it was all about keeping and developing great people. Businesses have been maturing in their processes and defining their new ways of working, moving forward after what has been a very challenging couple of years. It was also a year to retain and engage top talent to prevent losing them to the Great Resignation and to competition who may be offering more. Providing purpose and connection to the business has become important as employees start to look for alignment in the values of an organization and themselves. Now let's look forward to 2023. The cost of living is hitting people hard, with the festive period being a challenge for many as it is. It is clear employees will be asking for salary reviews, bonus opportunities, and potential promotional moves. Couple this with the economic climate and the potential of a recession, businesses will be looking to save money and keep employees engaged in other means other than throwing money at the challenge. It is clear the impact of personal and professional challenges are becoming overwhelming. We are seeing more and more people, including those in their early careers, showing signs of burnout, which brings the focus of well-being to the forefront and will need to be a consideration in any HR strategy. The future is uncertain, and uncertainty can bring challenges along with it. So these are what I believe are going to be the top priorities for HR professionals in 2023. Leadership and management effectiveness will continue to be the main focus area with HR. The constantly evolving landscape of business and uncertainty calls for high levels of management capability. It is the business leader's job to help people make sense of the changing conditions, anticipate the likely scenarios ahead, and make up their own minds about how best to deal with these situations. It will be the effectiveness of the management and leadership community to handle the uncertainty and support their teams in doing the same that will make the difference. Careers is a great driver of talent retention. Combining the art of the possible with the empowerment to act upon it will create irresistible employee experiences. Look to provide clarity on how an individual can take control of their career and show them the opportunities available to them and give them the tools to act upon it. Employee experience and culture is going to make an appearance on the top priorities in 2023 as businesses continue to navigate their ways of working. Remote first, hybrid, or office all have their advantages and disadvantages. Unfortunately, I'm not here to tell you which one works for you, but I will ask you to be careful, monitor your culture and how it evolves with your ways of working. And as we have seen firsthand, it can change very rapidly. Linking back to leadership effectiveness, great culture is role modeled from the top down, and leaders need to understand their role in the process of creating amazing employee experiences and driving retention. For some organizations, it's time to reevaluate where they are and whether their operating model is still fit for purpose. Is the structure of the business still aligned to the strategy they're undertaking? Is the team playing to each other's strengths and having people doing the right jobs for the most impact? We're seeing many organizations taking another look at the design of their business as they head into the new year. Attraction is going to be hot on the people agenda next year. As Catherine mentioned in the previous Insights video, reviewing how you attract talent after a period of retention is fundamental to ensuring you're aligned to your target market, telling a compelling story that attracts the talent you need. And the final priority will be well-being. Tired, overworked, burnt out are the descriptors we are hearing all too often. Looking back at the personal challenges and crises people have experienced this year, plus the forward picture also filled with challenges and uncertainty, businesses will need to focus on the well-being of their staff as a matter of priority. Be sure to be in touch with your teams and be prepared to offer individualistic development opportunities such as mentoring and coaching to support them. I hope this video has been insightful and provides some food for thought as you map your strategies and plans for 2023. I wish you all a successful year ahead.
If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more useful HR and talent management video content. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.